Lucy's doing, and David's doing, and Ray's doing. You can tell us where you're tuning in from, what the weather's like. That's always fun. Or my favorite new game, what is your favorite feature of the Be Connected platform? And spoiler, we're in it. Anya, yes. She likes the K2K, the video conferencing that can be a webinar at the touch of a button. All right, getting really close here. Get started.
Recording is on.
Welcome to this edition of the Be Connected Saturday Show. And it is truly my honor to be able to introduce this person to you. And I just am so excited to be part of the platform right now. It is such an exciting time to be here and to be led by such wonderful people, our co-founders. And they bring so much experience to the table and so much energy to the table. And now this new opportunity that will benefit the world. But without further ado, let me introduce you to this person who is a pioneer in so many ways in business and has just as big a heart. Please welcome our COO and co-founder, Mr. Johnny J.R. Reed.
Thank you so much for those warm words. And then welcome everybody to the Be Connected show here on a beautiful Saturday. And it's a little lag in my computer. I got to extend my virtual memory because I've worn my laptop out. So I'm welcome. But this is a special day. So if those of you don't know, this is our amazing CEO of Be Connected's birthday today. So you might want to put in the chat or go into the actual internal thing and wish her a very happy birthday. And don't ask me what her age is because you know that's taboo. When I used to sling liquor back in the 80s, going back to college, I learned two things. Don't ever guess a woman's age or weight. Doesn't matter if you're right. Be kind. But it has been an amazing journey with her over the last 5 years. I consider her like my little sister, even though that probably came out wrong. You're a brilliant person, amazing talent, and very easy and down to earth to work with. Now, if you're brand new here live with this, or maybe you're watching the recording, we're going to kind of take you on a little journey. There's some amazing things that I'm not really allowed to elaborate right now. Just know that there's going to be some major upgrades to the Be Connected this year behind the scenes. And of course, you can't snap your fingers because it's a ton of stuff that will be upgrading our platforms in addition to the amazing platform that we already have. So that'll be a treat. So I'm going to have the staff help me out here just because of my virtual memory. So if they can go ahead and put up the little slideshow there, we'll kind of go into a little bit of where we came from, where we're at now, and where we're headed. Can you put that into the little hourglass on the bottom down there and bring up the full slide? I lost it. Where'd it go? There we go. Can you put that in the viewer mode? There we go. That thing right there. Okay, well, I still see the things to the left, but that's okay. So we're launching something that's very special in the business world. And then I was thinking this morning when I was having my cup of coffee out by the fire pit. Of course, we're here. Headquarters is in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I live right on the strip where all the action is. I used to live here before, and I used to avoid the strips. Now I kind of adopted it there. So we like to say here, thrive in the hive, but we've got really two versions, two buckets, if you will, to put people into when it comes to their business model. Where is their evolution? And I was thinking today about defining moments. And I know I've been blessed to do some of the things I've done in my past, and I just found myself being in the right place at the right time. So the first option, it be connected, is what, if you've been a member with us, and I know some of you have been with us for the full 5 years, and some of you might have only been here for 5 days or 5 minutes. And then the second option that we're going to be talking about, the second option that we're going to be talking about is the core four. And that's where this is going to be able to be branded and white labeled to the business owners. Now, this is going to make us a true disruptor in the industry. And there's going to be a lot of fans and a few enemies, because that's what happens when you're a disruptor. Why would I say enemies? Because I think if you've ever taken an Uber or a Lyft, it's a very simple experience, right? You pull out the app, you click where you want to go, you hit a button, you've put in your credit card information, and it's the easiest way to get back and forth for a lot less money. And so the taxi cab companies obviously didn't like that. So that would be the enemy. So as we go on this little journey here today, this will be painless, and I'll be brief because it really doesn't take a lot of explanation anymore the way we've set this up. So in the first option, we can click on to the next slide, please. Sleep at the wheel.
Let me do this. Let me redo it. Hold on.
There we go. There we go. So in the first option, be connected. We're just going to cover the most important parts because I don't want to wear you out with all the technology, because there's a total of 9 different technologies within the tech stack to be connected. So the first one is the one we're on right now, which is virtual conferencing, that we affectionately call Care to Connect, and the abbreviation is K2K. Now, in this particular virtual conferencing platform, why do people say it's their favorite? It's because it was designed for business people. You know, the big 3, that's Microsoft, Google, and Zoom. You know, they do an amazing job putting videos up, video format up for people to chat with. But, you know, it really lacks the components of conducting business other than typing your command in chat. And it becomes very cumbersome. It's very clumsy. There's not a really high conversion rate because the people then have to go back and find what was said. So with our platform, we've put up 3 links that can be rotated up to 5 times in 5 different room changes. But simply put, you get 15 different options to put up your product offers, connecting on your calendar schedule, joining your group, things of that nature. And then in the replay, the links are still live. And I know our CEO has a lot of experience working with coaches and trainers because she ran the Public Speakers Association for 7 years that she founded. And then all the rest of our technology has all been integrated into this, so you don't have to set a bunch of stuff up. So like when it comes to a CRM, instead of having to figure out how the 2 systems should talk together, by simply clicking the CRM button, it takes you to our CRM, which is the world's first integrated one, because the big 3 don't do CRM. So, you know, a lot of them claim that they do, you know, I've seen some companies say they do it all. No, they don't do it all if you have to still go buy another company's software. So CRM, if you're not familiar, is Customer Relationship Manager. If we go to the next slide. And so it seamlessly is capturing the important data when someone's following you, someone's joining your group, someone's buying your product. It's taking all the notes for you in most cases. Now, of course, you can add your own notes. You can import, export leads. You can send out follow-up emails, which is what a CRM is supposed to do. But because it's integrated, life is going to be a lot simpler for you to follow up. Now, I failed to mention also in our virtual conference in K2K, it also does translations to well over 100 languages around the world. So if you give a speech like I speak English and broken Thai, but I can't read Thai, but at the same time, my adopted country of Thailand, they could be listening or at least watching me do a webinar, but then the translations would be in that language. Now, the calendar is the third component here that would complete what we call a trifecta. And the calendar, again, is automatically synced up, if you will, to the K2K and your CRM system. And again, who doesn't need a business calendar when you're in business, right? And so again, that's the trifecta, but we went one step farther, which completes the four most important components. And that would be your groups, right? Now, I understand that, you know, when Facebook came out, they were the king and they developed well over 1 billion groups, but they're not in the business of you being in business on their platform. So there's a lot of algorithms suppressing how many people are seeing the content. In the groups here at Be Connected, you get 100% penetration. So it doesn't matter if you have 50 or 5,000 people in your group. If you post something, they're going to see it. And then you get to decide, do you want a private group or do you want a public group? Do you want it to be a free group or do you want it to be a paid group, which is a big thing for a lot of people who have very important content. They can charge anywhere from $1 up to the universe of having somebody join their group to create another seamless income stream. Okay, so that's just 4 of the 9 tech stacks within Be Connected, but I think you get the point there. All the different technology is woven into one platform. And then we've monetized the platform. But before we go there, let's go ahead and take it to the next slide. So, you know, the whole thing here is there's a 14-day free trial. So again, nothing's at risk, nothing needs to be hard sold. So here's just an example of some of the most popular companies out there that have done an amazing job. All of them are at least, you know, multi-million, if not billion-dollar companies. So we know Zoom is one of the favorites to people from the pandemic. You got the CRM companies of Salesforce and HubSpot, the Kajabis, the Calendlys, the LinkedIns, the Alignables. But when you start adding all this up, right, it comes out to be, you know, a few $100s a month, and it could be as much as a few $1,000s a month. If you press the button one more time there, please. So when you look at a year-to-year basis, this is just standard operating procedure. People are in business. They don't know there's another option. And this is the money that you shell out to run your business online. And we say, nay, there should be another alternative, which is, of course, Be Connected, having software to match all of these companies on the screen and more. But again, the question begs, what's the cost difference? So we have a free version, which would give you, you know, a starter pack there for, you know, up to 15 attendees for your virtual conferencing. You could do social media, you can form your groups, and we even have AI technology to find people. But with the 14-day free trial, right, just come in for 2 weeks, you can test out all the other packages. And then if you hit the button one more time, and then you can custom design the tools that you need to run your business so you're not overpaying. And again, when you look at the price points, and I'm rounding here, of $20, $50, and even platinum is $100, that includes everything that you see on the screen, every available upgrade option. And that's up to 1,000 attendees. Remember, Zoom at that level is like $340. So just one component is more than triple the cost. And then, of course, we have the amazing lifetime offer where you pay once and you never have to pay again. Even when we upgrade, which is coming in the future, if you're a lifetime member, all the bells and whistles now and all the other things we'll add in the future will be yours at no additional cost. And of course, we have some incentives there to make sure you can recoup that little cash outlay of buying the lifetime membership. And you can get that with as little as 2 referrals, which I'll get into in just a second. Okay, so if we go forward one time, we just do a simple side-by-side comparison. I call it the Frankenstein effect, by the way, right? Where you're piecing together amazing companies. But again, it's cumbersome, it's very expensive, and Be Connected, it's a simpler solution, right? The whole thing here is designed for speed, right? Where you have one password to remember, so you can jump from virtual conferencing to groups to posting to lead search for other people, all from one simple platform. So I think the winner is clearly defined here. If you click the button one more time, please. The clear winner here for both cost and efficiency is Be Connected. So we've monetized it. So let's go into like the lifetime offer, So again, you're going to pay the money anyway. So here with the lifetime offer membership at Be Connected, which is a way to never have to pay again. Click the button for me, please. That is what the lifetime offer shows. Now, how do you recoup that? Simply 2 referrals of another lifetime offer from 2 other entities. It's a $1,000 referral bonus. Boom, you got all your money back, plus you got an extra $1 left over. Hit the button again for me, right? So again, that's how simple it is to recoup your cash outlay. And then think about it, never having to pay for a virtual conferencing again. Doesn't matter if there's 1,000, 2,000 people, you won't have to pay for the webinar function. You won't have to deal with CRM costs. You won't have to deal with the expense of your calendar and all the other things that go along with their platform. So that's the lifetime offer, which is really the best value of all, because it's a simple way to get not only all the tools you need, but then again, never pay again, and then get all your money back. And then here in Vegas, we like to say, playing with house money. This is like a cartoon explanation of our monetization. Now remember, this is all in option 1. We're going to get into option 2, which will blow your socks off. So in option 1, if you're an affiliate here, now becoming an affiliate partner of ours just requires the basic level of our choices of membership, which is only $19.95. So you can actually be in business. Now, this is not something that people that are in the coaching world and things of that nature, this is really not going to resonate that much with them. But for the people just starting out in business, it adds another revenue stream to your business model without you having to do something different. So let's say affiliate number 1 goes out and talks to somebody and they become a lifetime member. You just made $1,000 on a referral. Now, affiliate number 2 in this case could be an individual, or it might be an organization. Whatever the size of their following, anybody that upgrades, there's going to be additional commission from all the CRMs, the virtual conferencings, the calendars, whatever package they go with, that's going to create residual income. Hit the button for me, please. So all that commission is going to affiliate number 2 because it's their business, their following, and it could be any referral. Now, what do we do about affiliate number 1? Are they only left with the $1,000 bonus? No, they get a match 100% any revenue that affiliate number 2 generates. Now, there is no 3rd or 4th tiers, if you will. It's just a simple, clean, 2-tiered affiliate platform. So let's do a real quick example of what this looks like with more than an individual. Let's say you sign up an organization. This is one of our customers, the Patriot-owned businesses. They have approximately 20,000 people. And out of that 20,000, many of them will remain free. Some will be basic, some will be platinum, some will be lifetime. So all the ones under lifetime, it's a 50 cent to $10 residual income. And that's just helping the POB make non-dues revenue by they lowering the cost. Remember, the cost here can be lowered as much as 80 to 90% of what people are already paying. So we're lowering overhead and we're creating commission. Hit the button one more time. So remember, any of that money being collected also gets shared with the person that referred them, but it can be as much as 6 figures per month of an organization that size. But I want you to remember that number, because when we get to option 2, we're changing the game. So if we hit the button, which is what I talked about, that's the potential income. So if we isolate just POB, let's forget about the person that referred them and just what is the CEO seeing? He's got a group of 20,000. I think we could all agree all these people are using virtual conferencing, CRMs, things of that nature. If they only got 10 lifetime members, it's a quick 10 grand. If they had 100 lifetime members, it's 100 grand. And if they get, say, 5% of the organization that are lifetime members, it creates $1 million. Now, remember that $1 million threshold, right? Because remember, that's a group of 20,000. and only 5% upgraded. I'm going to show you the drastic difference between option number 1 and option number 2 coming. And let's not forget, it's a 2-tiered system, so they can reach down outside of their organization and make additional residual income. Now, this is seamless. You don't do accounts payable, accounts receivable. You don't have to deal with any of that. It's just revenue that gets generated for being in business online using Be Connected. Now we go into the fun part. Now, this is being set up as we speak. Now, there's a lot of programming and things of that nature, and we've been having talks behind the scenes about how powerful this is and how unique it is. Because remember, no one's done this before. No one's taken the virtual conferencing platform with the CRM and what's the components of Core 4 and letting you white label it so you're just promoting yourself. So this is new. So if we go into this, remember, it's the simple theme here is your logo goes everywhere on our software. Hit the button one more time. So this is a white label. So that's a picture of my phone. That's my beautiful fiance. But that would be if you had somebody download your app, not our app, your app, your logo is going to be on their phone or their desktop. Well, not desktop, but yeah, on their phone. So again, when they log into the software, it's your name recognition, right? So your logo, your design, you want your mug there, you want your logo there, whatever you want us to design on the left side of the screen. Plus, we got to keep the Google Play in the App Store because that's how you download it. And they log in. Now, what do they see when they log in? They see your company everywhere. So the whole thought process still stays with you. This is key. This is a defining moment of a lot of people's business. So let's kind of continue the slideshow. And so let's compare our Core 4 to 4 predominant companies, which is obviously Zoom with 1,000 attendees. Mighty Networks is a company that lets you get a custom app for 28 grand. And then all you can do there is they'll form groups, charge for those groups, and then sell your content. Then you got, like, say, HubSpot, which is one of the top 2 CRM companies. Their entry level into a CRM is $90 a month. And of course, Calendly is $10 a month. You add all that up, it's about $559. And I took all these screenshots directly from those companies' websites. Okay, so let's now compare the Core 4 Platinum. It's 1,000 attendees with 15 call to action buttons, which you don't get in the big 3, right? Google, Zoom, or Microsoft. And you got the 5 different custom changes. And you can read on the screen the translation of the languages, all these things, the CRM, the calendar, and the Groups Plus allows you, just like you would get on a Mighty Networks, you could form a group, and then you can actually offer your content within the group. So you can seamlessly sell from your app to your customer that's forming on your groups, forming on the app, and then getting with no suppression, getting all your products and services sold. So this is an amazing platform. But what does something like this cost in the other world? Remember, it was $559. We're wholesaling it. It's a pass-through. You don't buy it. It's just a pass-through. Be Connected is going to get $50, and then you can mark it up to whatever you want. So let's do a couple examples. Now, remember, they're examples because you're the boss. It's your company. You can decide to charge. So what this is showing is, let's say instead of charging $559, you charge $150. So that means with just 100 people, there's a gross profit of $120,000 with just the first 100. And of course, there's a setup fee here to keep the tire kickers out because this is priceless stuff. So you've netted $95,000 if you only had 100 people within your network. But let's say you had 500 people. Now you've made $500,000. It's more than $500,000. And then at 1,000 people, you've already cleared $1 million. Remember, before we talked about having a group of 20,000 and only 5% went and bought something for $2,000. So again, this is the fastest way to become a millionaire, is to build a network of 1,000 people. And a lot of people already have the networks. They already have the audience. They're selling their products and services. Yeah, and that gets you to 8 figures if you got 10,000. So now think about a company the size of a POB that's got 20,000 members. They're going to offer them the technology under their own name, branded their own name. They can make anywhere from a few hundred to tens of millions of dollars. Let's do another example. Let's say you don't want to charge 150. Let's say you wanted to charge. Oh, I'm sorry. This is a continuation. I forgot. So again, a lot of people, and I did a little. So hit the button one more time, please. So let's say you hit somebody with a big network. 100,000 people. This could be an influencer. This could be somebody with a bigger network. That's not a typo. That's $100 million. And the setup cost and their only overhead was 25 grand one time. And that's how simple it is. They don't have to write code. They don't have to deal with customer service. It is just an amazing thing. You go from making, 6 figures to 9 figures, depending on the size of the network. Now, remember, you can also refer clients here, and there's going to be a set commission, and you can make a ton of money. Now I'm going to get into, what if you don't do 150? Let's say you only charge 100. Then again, you just change. I mean, we're just changing the numbers. So just go ahead and hit the button a handful of times here. That's still a tremendous amount of money. So you're giving out $550 worth of value. They're saving $450 a month. That's $5 grand a year. They're saving $5 grand, and you're showing people how to make money. And then again, if you get into the hit the button one more time, please. And even charging $100, you're still making a small fortune. And then this is perfect also for coaches. If you hit the next thing, coaches can be charging, let's just say $100, and then let's say they only sell one course a year for $500. And again, it's just an amazing plan. Sky's the limit. No one tells you what to sell it for. That's up to you. So you might want to put in the chat if you're a little excited there. So this is just a recap. Wholesale offers $50 for $550 worth of technology. You don't have to do the customer service. The company being us will do it for you. And then there is a setup fee. And a lot of people I can't afford that. That's what regular Be Connected is for. You can come here, you can make a lot of money within just Be Connected in option number 1. And then you've got yourself a little bit of time here to generate enough revenue, or start bird dogging, because when you start finding these organizations, it's like selling a house and you're a realtor. You're not going to make small commissions. You're going to make large commissions if you introduce a client that wants to brand our software in their name. And if they have a group of 1,000 or more, remember, their commissions are going to be over $1 million. And I promise you, your commissions are also not going to pale in comparison. So if you hit the button a couple more times, so remember, $550 worth of products and services, you get to mark it up whatever you feel that the market will bear in your network. And with as few as 1,000 followers, it can create a 6-figure per month or 7-figure per. Now, this is residual income. This is not one-time bonus. This is residual income. So there's always 3 options every time we do this. Now, again, this is just an introductory to you. So the 3 options. Option number 1 is just come in and put your toe in the water, and you can just be a free member. Now, there's no financial rewards because it's not really legal to be able to pay commissions on a free member, or the free member can make money. Second one is to take the 14-day free trial. So you have up to 2 weeks to figure out what you like, what you don't like within Be Connected. Test out the software. It's like going onto a car lot and taking it for a drive. Take it for a test drive. There's no obligation. They might hold your license and then give it back to you when the test drive is over. And then the third option, obviously, is the white label, which has got a lot of buzz from a lot of people from halfway around the world in all different parts. People are saying, oh, are you kidding me? So again, this is an opportunity, a defining moment for some people that'll take advantage. Now, what are the action steps from this point on, right? So you can see, and we always like to say there's a new income stream hidden in plain sight because it's that simple. So the white label version, if you look to the left of your screen now, down the left-hand side, the one on the very bottom left says white label. So if you are interested in the white label, either for yourself or you want to introduce people to Be Connected, if you want to introduce people to Be Connected, just click on that link. It'll save to your browser. and it's a WUFU form, it's what the company calls. You fill that out and submit it to the company, and one of our executives is going to follow up with you. It's that simple. But right now, you want to get on the list of the people that are interested so we can have a conversation, not only with you, and then if you're referring somebody, we're going to reach out to them and have that conversation. We're going to work with you. We're going to partner with you in this process. So you don't have to be an expert of everything. You just have to know the people. We've got videos that you can send out, right, to show people what you're excited about. And then we'll set them up with our customer service department and put them in the process of conversations with our strategy officer, our chief content officer, and then eventually getting up to higher executives in the company. If you're interested in the lifetime offer, that's the middle link. And then, of course, our next meeting is going to be on the 23rd. So that gives you about 72 hours to send out an email, text messages, or posting on your social media feed. Doesn't matter if it's TikTok, Facebook, whatever. There's 5 billion people online. So think about all the companies out there that are selling quality products and services, but all their customers are spending money with Zoom, with Salesforce, with all these multi-billion-dollar companies. You're going to be able to offer a package that's like 90% off, right? 80% off. Even if it was 50% off, it's still a great deal for the customer. And then it's a great deal for the company to make that additional revenue stream. Why? They simply promote themselves. They're not promoting Be Connected anymore with the white label. They're simply promoting themselves. And if you know anything about human nature and the kind of person that usually becomes the president or the CEO, they're driven and stay focused on only their company. So again, we found that out through the 5 years we've been in business. They want to stay true to what they do. And when we offer them a white label solution, it's finding a new revenue stream that's just sitting there for them to be able to capture. Now, remember, they can blend this through API with whatever membership fee, anything. They can put it all together in a simple little package that they can mark. So think about the Chamber of Commerce, the Rotary clubs, the non-for-profits, the networking groups. I mean, there are millions and millions of people out there in business that when they find out that what Be Connected is all about, right, knowing that Be Connected will only have a little tagline saying powered by us, but all the publicity, all the branding, if you will, is in the company's name. So that concludes our Saturday morning show. And again, I want to send a special shout out to our wonderful CEO, really the architect and the genius behind this. It's her birthday today. So just throw a thing in the chat there. I'm sure she'll, if she's not here live, she's going to watch the replay because she's not an absentee landlord, and wish her that magical day, right? Her birthday. And so to you, I wish you all the success in the world, regardless of what decision you come up with. Until we meet again, God bless.